Hello everyone. I have been going to the States again. Hello, Julie.
Hi.
So now I'm on the West Coast, right?
You are in Seattle, or right outside of Seattle in a
Wow,
suburb.
it's far away from me.
Very far.
Yeah. So I would like to ask you something. How did you discover laughter yoga and how long time ago?
So it was the first Sunday in May of 2013.
Mhm.
And I was interning. I was going to school to become a mental health counselor. And I was interning at a grief support group,
Mhm.
working with families. And we were having a fundraising event, and I was getting my booth together
Mhm.
where 75 of my clients were coming and writing notes to their loved ones. And
Okay.
we were going to take those notes and attach them to a balloon. So I'm getting everything together. And I had several people come up to me and said, "Do you know where laughter yoga is?" And I went, "Well, I don't know what laughter yoga is, but that sounds kind of cool." "Do you know where World Laughter Day is?" "There's a World Laughter Day." People just kept on coming in. "Do you know? Do you know?" Finally, I stopped somebody and I said, "Tell me all about this."
Mhm.
And this young gentleman told me all about it, and there was a certification program. But I had 75 people
Okay.
coming, grieving individuals, right?
Yeah.
So coming to me, and I needed to pay attention. So I put it in the back of my head, went along my business. 75 people came and they wrote their notes, and we went to attach it to a string
Mhm.
that was on a balloon, and the balloon blew away.
Okay.
So 75 people attached it to that string that would have been on a balloon. And imagine holding 75 people holding onto the string like they were in preschool or kindergarten and they were waiting online. And I have my guitar, my first profession, and I'm trained as a music educator.
Oh.
So I have my guitar and I'm playing a tune to get us from point A to point B.
Mm.
We were at Gasworks Park in Seattle.
Mhm.
And so we were on top of kind of a hill. They call it Kite Hill.
Mhm.
And I'm playing kind of like the Pied Piper. 75 people are behind me holding this string with their notes to their mommies and their daddies and whoever else had passed away.
Mhm.
And they were reflective. They weren't crying, but it was a very somber, reflective time.
Mm.
And all of a sudden, we're on the right hand side, and on the left hand side was laughter yoga. It was World Laughter Day. It was the first Sunday
In May.
in May. And there were kites and colors and laughter. And one by one, my clients started to laugh.
Wow.
It was the most amazing thing that I have ever seen. And I turned to the director at the time and I said, "That's laughter yoga. There's a certification program." And he said, "Oh my God, Julie, you need to do this." So we get to where we're having lunch.
Mhm.
I take out my phone and I start Googling laughter yoga.
Mhm.
I don't pay attention to my clients whatsoever. And I usually am so attentive to what's going on with my clients.
Mhm.
Not that day. That day, I was looking across the field. I was trying to find a class, and I was so energized by hearing the laughter and by hearing the grief support group,
Mhm.
all of these people laughing, and
Mm.
it changed them.
Mm.
And so I found a class that happened the following week. So the following week is the is the second Sunday in May,
Mm-hmm.
and it is Mother's Day.
Yes.
It is Mother's Day. So my tradition, because I am divorced, my tradition is my kids spend the weekend with their dad.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want anybody making me breakfast that I didn't want to eat and jumping on my bed and all of that stuff. And so I would do whatever I wanted in the morning, and then I would go and pick them up, or he would bring them to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to class. Everything was fine. I loved it. I loved everything that we were doing. And then there was laughter meditation. And I lied down. And he said, 1, 2, 3, laugh. And I cried. And I cried
Yeah.
the entire time. And we went on for a really, I mean, it must have been 10 minutes
Mm-hmm.
at least. I'm crying. There's such a release. And we did kind of a debrief at the end. And I said, I came here to laugh. And he said, it's one emotion and 2 releases. You could laugh or you could cry, but it's important to get it up and out.
Yeah.
Up and out. I use that all the time. I always tell people you could cry because all of your emotions are held in your gut. And when you're using your diaphragm, you're unearthing all of this stuff, right?
Yeah.
You're unearthing it, and there is this emotion that comes out. And so I got very excited, and he was having classes every other week. 6 weeks later, there was a certification class in Olympia, Washington, which is about an hour and a half from me. So I signed up for the class, and I went to the class. And so in the end of June, I was certified as a laughter yoga leader. And I started a meetup group. And now I have about 850 people in that meetup group. I started with 2 people.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing the amount of people. It doesn't mean that 850 people come to my classes,
No,
but
no. Sign up.
it means that 850 people are being infused with joy on a weekly basis because they see my emails.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so to me, it was just amazing. And so that was May of 2013 when I found out about it. But I then graduated with my degree, my master's degree in counseling in September of 2014. And I got on a plane and I went to India, went to Bangalore, and I studied with Dr. Kataria and became a laughter yoga teacher. So then I could teach those classes that I
Of course.
took. And I told you I was a music educator. I consider myself an educator. That's in my body, in my bones. So when I am teaching people to laugh and to teach other people how to laugh, it does something really cool in my body, and I get really excited about it, that I say infusing the world with joy. So I actually, after I got back from India, I opened up my private practice in mental health counseling. So that was in 2015, February of 2015. And then what I found, especially in the United States, but other places, is that people were so disconnected from themselves that they couldn't connect to another human being. And I decided I couldn't stand idly by anymore. There was lot of hate crimes, and I'm Jewish, and there was a lot of anti-Semitism.
Mhm.
And I decided that I needed to close my business of my mental health counseling practice, and I needed to infuse the world with joy by traveling around the world doing laughter programs. And so I've been doing that since 3 years, so 2018,
Mhm.
and and then COVID hit.
Yeah,
And so I didn't go to Sweden, and I didn't go to London,
I
and
know that you should have been to.
all of these places. I was in Iceland in 2020. I was in Iceland presenting at the Nordic Arts Therapies program, expressive art therapy program conference, and I was supposed to do that in Sweden as well.
So it's just put on ice, you need to.
I'm doing it for their online thing in June, but it works. I met you. I'm meeting people from all
Yeah.
over the world. So I actually teach 3 times a week.
Yeah.
I'm teaching on Sunday, and I'm teaching on Tuesday, and I'm teaching on Thursday. And the reason why I did 3 times a week is because it helps me.
Yeah.
If I don't laugh every day, I know that I'm in charge of teaching these classes 3 times a week. And so at least I get that if I don't get all of my other laughing in.
Yeah, that's true. So what does laughter yoga means to you, actually?
Connection. And it's interesting because my business name is Connecting the Pieces,
Mm.
Peaces. And so laughter yoga has changed my life in such dramatic ways
Mhm.
where I could go into the grocery store and I see somebody who is having a hard time, and I'm like, let's have a joy cocktail. And I just do a joy cocktail, and I shake it up, and, and they look at me like, who is this woman? But they're laughing. And then it diffuses everything. So I I've always been kind of a playful person,
Mm.
but I'm more playful and I'm more joyful, and I'm finding the good in everything.
Mm.
When I look at, I just did, and I'm sure you saw it, I had a long list of things that happened every month in this past year. I did it for a New Year's thing.
Mm.
And every month I had everything, good things that I did. And in June it said, got a haircut. And that was like the most important thing. Somebody actually touched me, touched my hair, and washed my hair. And it was joyful. There wasn't a lot of other joyful things that happened that month that I could put down.
Mhm.
But I was able to find joy in everything
Mm.
every month, which everybody's saying, oh, this is a horrible year. Everything was so bad and everybody's so depressed. And I can't sit there.
Mm.
I can't sit in that muck. I need to elevate it. And that's what laughter yoga has done for me. Um, I do a lot in the grief community.
Mm.
And I find that when I get people laughing, it just helps calm the nervous system
Mm. Mm. That's.
and ground you. And I do a thing that says, imagine someone that you love and imagine them laughing. Then go laugh with them. And then imagine someone who you're having issues with or problems, and imagine them laughing and go laugh with them. And then imagine the entire world laughing. And so I always put in that the issues, because when you laugh with somebody, the even though the issues might still be there,
But in that moment, no.
in that moment, no. And so if there's this moment and this moment and this moment and this moment, then you've had moments of being okay.
Oh, I'm sure about that. It's
You
a
know?
we're long, far away from each other. Otherwise, I should come to you and have a good time.
Oh, I know. You're on my bucket list to come and visit. I'm telling you, once we all get these vaccines and when we can travel, there's so many places. There's Italy and France and Bahrain and Israel and New Zealand and,
I
you
was,
know,
I was speaking with Frauke the other day about.
Germany.
I said that we should do a laughter tour. So we should start in one place and be away for a couple of years, from one place to another.
And just pick up people along the way, kind of like the Pied Piper. So maybe we'd start in New Zealand, which is like the furthest away,
Yeah.
right? And then just make our way and just keep on bringing people along with us.
And in the end, we should be more than one plane, I believe.
We're gonna zoom all over the world, because for the people who are watching this that haven't been in my class, this in American Sign Language is I love you, but if you angle it up and you do this, it means airplane. And so zoom.
So what do you think about having 1 minute of laughter?
I would love it. Yes.
So just breathe in. And then we can have healthy laughter. More than a minute. Very good.
Very good. Yay!
Very
good. Very good.
Yay!
Yay! And in Italian, molto bene?
Molto bene.
Molto bene?
Yay!
Molto bene, yay!
Swedish also. Jättebra.
Jättebra.
Jättebra. Yay!
And in Hebrew, tov me'od, yay!
We take a lot of languages here.
When I was at the conference in Iceland, I think I got 10 different languages recorded. Wow. It was awesome.
Thank you so much, Julie.
Thank you, Annika. This was lovely.
An interesting story, this one.
It was lovely. Thank you.